Alright, now that I'm recording this video, it's been more than a year since the first version of ChatGPT came out, and right now I have access to ChatGPT 4, and over the past year they have changed the look of the ChatGPT, the UI of ChatGPT a lot, and I'm going to give you a quick introduction, give you a tour about the look of the ChatGPT right now and where you can find some of the tools that you need. And after that, little by little, I will tell you some formulas about prompt engineering and the keywords that you can use to receive the best result from ChatGPT. So here is how ChatGPT looks right now. Now, probably if you have ChatGPT 4, some of the things that I have at the top here, you may not have because it is custom and I will teach it to you later. But in general, right now, let's just learn some of the fundamentals about ChatGPT and then step by step, we will go further. So on the left side, we have our history for the chats that we have and some of the engines for ChatGPT, which I will explain later. At the bottom of this left bar, you can see it is written, for example, the account name that I have, Puyati. And if I click on it, the first thing that we have is my plan that I'm using. I'm a Plus member, so it shows my membership. And if you want to upgrade your account, you have to come here and upgrade your account. Then the next thing is my GPTs, which later I will come back to it as we go forward in the video. After that, we have custom instructions and settings and beta. So let's come to settings. Under settings, we have general that you can change the theme. For example, right now I'm on dark theme. I prefer dark more, so I'm gonna set it on dark. If you want to archive some of your chats or if you want to delete all of them, you can do it from here. If in the future some beta features come on ChatGPT, you can come here and activate it. I have seen this a lot from my students that a new version of a new beta feature of ChatGPT came out and they were saying, all right, I don't have access. And if something like this happens, you can come here to beta features and activate it, okay? Then we have data controls that you can share links or export some of the chats that you had on ChatGPT for yourself. And finally, we have profile builder. These are not some complicated stuff. And I'm sure if you look around, you can figure it out. It's very simple. Anyway, on the left side, at the top, we have our engines and we have our chats. And on the right side, we have our chat preview, okay? So at the top of the screen here, we have the engine that we are using right now, which is ChatGPT 4. If I click on it, we have ChatGPT 4, which it will use DALL-E inside it as well. It has browsing feature right now. It will do coding analytics and so on, but it is limited to 40 messages every 3 hours, okay? Now, if you are not a Plus member, you will have access to ChatGPT 3.5, okay? Now, ChatGPT 3.5, it's a little bit weaker, but it's free and you can use it for free. The logic and the responses from ChatGPT 4, it's much, much better, okay? So if you have a chance to upgrade your account, I strongly suggest it, of course, if you are using ChatGPT a lot, okay? And under it, we have plugins, okay? Again, allowing this video, I will show you what kind of plugins that you can use. For example, you can scroll down and here we have plugin store. You can go through them and each of these plugins will do something for you, okay? So later we'll get back to all of them, but right now I'm just showing you around, okay? So right now I'm ChatGPT 4. I can close the sidebar. And either I can use some of the starting prompts here, or I can ask something from ChatGPT myself. For example, I wrote down, can you teach me Google Analytics 4 and how I can use it for my online store? And let us keep going, writing the answer. And as I said, ChatGPT 4, the response of GPT-4, it's much better comparing to 3.5, but 3.5 is a little bit faster. So these are the main differences and it is responding to my question. So this is the basic, this is the fundamental of ChatGPT and how you can use it. Now on the next part, I will show you some formula that you can use to write a better prompt, which in general we call it prompt engineering. Okay, so that was all about the introduction for ChatGPT. If you're ready, let's go for the next part. Welcome to ChatGPT prompt formula. In this couple of lessons, we will learn more about a formula that will help you to write better prompts so you can get a better and higher quality response from ChatGPT. So let's begin. In this part, in this lesson, we will only learn the formula, the structure of the formula. And as we go forward, we will go deeper into each part of this formula. So let's look at the formula that we have for the prompt. So the first option that we have here is role plus goal plus context plus ABA. So as I said, this is the formula that we have. So as we go forward, we'll have a separate lecture for each of these elements here. But right now, we will only focus on the formula and the goal. So the first and the third and the fourth element here, meaning the role, context, and ABA, are optional. Meaning if you add them based on the situation, based on the question that you are asking ChatGPT, you may get a better result. But the goal here is required. Okay, this is the main thing that we must write in all of the prompts that we want to provide to ChatGPT. So let's learn more about the goal. The goal is the main request we send to ChatGPT. Let's look at some examples. For example, write a blog post about personal finance. Okay, this is the main task that we want ChatGPT to do for us, right? Let's look at another example. Create a portfolio website for me. Okay, again, we are talking about the main task that ChatGPT must complete. Okay, this is the goal that we are talking about, the main request. So this goal should be, first, it should be clear and focused. Okay, so try to avoid using sentences or words that may confuse the main task. Okay, try to keep it clear and focused on the main task. And second, try to use relevant keywords. For example, here, as you can see, we have a blog post about personal finance. Blog post, personal finance. All of these keywords are related to the main goal that we have here. Or create a portfolio website for me. Okay, the portfolio website are the keywords here. Okay, as we go forward, we'll practice this. Don't worry if it sounds confusing. And on the next lesson, we will talk about the role. So see you on the next lesson. In this lesson, we are going to talk about the role in our prompt formula. So at the beginning of our prompt, if we assign a role to ChatGPT, we will receive a better and higher quality response from GPT. So let's look at some examples. For example, we can tell ChatGPT right at the beginning of our prompt, we can say, I want you to act as a professional digital marketer. And then we will add our goal. For example, now that you are a professional digital marketer, write a blog post or write an email for doing this marketing campaign and then provide the rest of the context, right? The rest of the information. Another example, please respond to me as a product manager. Okay, we are assigning a role to ChatGPT, and this will change the way GPT respond to us. Okay, in addition, I added this PDF to the resources of this lesson, which shows you different roles that you can use to assign to your ChatGPT. As you can see here on the left side, we have the roles, the act, and on the right side, we have prompt examples with the roles at the beginning. So for example, here we have JavaScript console. Here we have the example. I want you to act as a JavaScript console and then the rest of it, okay? If we come down, we have a lot of different examples. For example, advertiser, storyteller, okay? Composer, right? Novelist, screenwriter. Okay, you can go through all of these examples, or if you need some specific example for your situation, you can come here and search through the act and find the connected examples, so it will help you to write a better prompt for your situation. So that was all about the PDF. Let's jump into ChatGPT and practice this together. All right, here we are. And as I said, the role should be at the beginning of the prompt. So I'm going to paste the example that we had. I want you to act as a professional digital marketer with holding shift and pressing enter. I will go to the next line, and now I will write down my goal or my main request. I want you to write an engaging email subject about our massive Black Friday sales. And if you provide detailed information about your products, ChatGPT will be able to write a better subject. For example, let's say we have our products are polo shirts and we sell them online on our store. So I'm going to add additional information here, and I'm going to write down my products are polo shirts and we sell them on our online shop. Okay, so if I press enter, based on the information that I provided and based on the role that I assigned to ChatGPT, it writes a good subject for email marketing. Okay, so that was all about this lesson, about assigning a role. And the next lesson, we will have some practices. And after that, we will continue learning about the rest of the formula. If you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate if you like the video, and if yet you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss our new updates and new tutorials about AI, about programming, about marketing, business, and other self-development videos that I share on this channel daily, right? So like, subscribe, and then let's jump into the next part. Welcome to the first challenge of this part. You will not learn a new skill unless you practice it. So let's practice what we have learned till now. So here is the challenge. Ask ChatGPT to write blog post title about personal finance that works well for SEO. For those of you who are not familiar with SEO, SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, which is a science that will help you to rank higher, that your websites, your web pages rank higher in search engines like Google. Okay, so here are the steps that you need to take. The first step is to assign a role to ChatGPT, and the second step is to provide the main task or the goal to ChatGPT. Okay, so pause the video and begin the challenge. All right, how was it? Did you manage to complete the challenge? Let's practice it together. So the first step is to assign a role to ChatGPT. I want you to act as a SEO expert. Okay. Then for the second step, we need to write down our goal. Write a blog post title about personal finance that works well for SEO. So if I press enter, so here is the blog post title, Top 10 Personal Finance Strategies for 2023. Boost your savings and maximizing your investment. Okay. So this is the title that we received, and this was the way to complete this challenge. Now, this was an example. We can do it with other ways. For example, we can write down, I want you to act as a SEO expert, or you can write, you are a SEO expert, SEO professional, the way you prefer it the most. But generally, you have to assign a role to get a better response here based on your needs. Okay, so that was all about this challenge. Let's go for the next part of the formula. All right, so let's talk about the next element on our prompt formula, which is context. In general, context is about adding information for ChatGPT, and additional information help ChatGPT to provide a better answer. Earlier, we made an example that we talked about our product, which it was polo shirt, and we were selling those polo shirts on our online shop. That was additional information, or in our formula, we call it context. But there are more types in the context, and for that, I created a list for you, so you can use this list based on the situation you have and the needs you have for your prompt. So here is the list. The first item on the list is define target, TSL, format, example, output template, and finally we have task split. Now for each of them we will have a separate lecture, but that's the general list for context that you can use for different situations to receive a higher quality answer from ChatGPT. So that was about the list. On the next lesson we will focus and learn more about defining the target. Let's learn more about defining the target. So if you ask ChatGPT to create content for you, you can define the target for that specific content. Let's look at some examples here. The first example is to write a blog post about personal finance for young people with no knowledge in finance. This part will make a huge difference in the response of ChatGPT. For example, we can say, write a blog post about personal finance for people with deep knowledge in finance. Okay, that will be different with this example that we have here, right? So, another example. Write an invitation email to our company opening event for executives and managers of other companies. When we are telling this to ChatGPT, it will understand how it should write it for this proper target audience, right? So let's jump into ChatGPT and practice this together. Let's say we want ChatGPT to write a motivational speech. First, we need to assign a role, right? So I want you to act as a professional speechwriter. Then let's write about the goal that we have. Draft a motivational speech. Okay. Now this is the part that we need to add the next context, which is defining our target audience for high school graduates. Okay. This part will make a huge difference in the response of ChatGPT. Okay. If I press enter, it will provide us a great speech based on the situation that we needed, right? So that was all about defining the target, and you can go ahead and practice this yourself on ChatGPT. On the next part, we will learn more about the next element on our list, which is TSL. Welcome to the next lesson where we are going to talk about TSL. Now, TSL stands for tone, style, and length. Okay, so let's go deeper into each of them and have some examples so we can understand it better. So let's start with the first one, which is tone. The tone refers to the mood or attitude used in the writing. Okay, let's look at some examples. For example, we can write a prompt for ChatGPT and say, write a humorous product description for a novelty coffee mug. Okay, so the humorous here is changing the tone for the response that ChatGPT will give us. Okay, let's have another example. Compose a respectful obituary for a community leader who recently passed away. So respectful here is changing the tone, changing the mood or the attitude. Okay, so there are many different adjectives that you can use to change the tone of the response that ChatGPT provides us. Okay, let's go for the next one, which is style. Okay, so the style refers to the distinct way in which the content is written. For example, formal or informal, complex or simple. Okay, so more or less when we say a style, we're talking about the structure of the sentence. Okay, and this can have a huge impact on the response that ChatGPT provides us based on the situation that we have. Let's look at some examples. Draft a formal academic text summarizing the key findings on renewable energy. Okay, so I made two examples here, formal, academic. Okay, so these are the things that you can use. For example, when you want to write a letter to your boss asking for a raise, okay, it's better to be formal, okay? But when you're writing a letter, an email to your friend, it should be informal, okay? So let's look at another example. Write an informal or conversational blog post about the joys and challenges of raising a puppy, okay? Let's go for the last one, which is length, which I think more or less it's obvious, and we had this example before. When we say length, we are talking about the word count, or I think it's better when you are talking to ChatGPT, instead of word count, use token count, okay? So let's have some examples. For example, write 150 word product description, etc. Okay. Write an in-depth 2000 word feature article exploring the history of jazz music, okay? Right, so these are the two examples for length, but based on my experience, instead of providing the word count, for example, 150 word, it is much better to provide token count, okay? Because ChatGPT understands tokens, the number of tokens much better comparing to number of words, and this way you will get a more accurate response from ChatGPT, right? So that was all about TSL, which stands for tone, style, and length. On the next lesson, we will talk about the format of the responses that ChatGPT provides us. See you on the next lesson. All right, so in this lesson, let's talk about the format that ChatGPT provides its response to us. So let's say we want ChatGPT to write a workout plan for gym for us, and we want the response to be in different formats. So let's write the prompt at the beginning. So we want ChatGPT to write a workout plan. So the first thing that we must do is to assign a role to ChatGPT. So I'm going to write down act as a professional body trainer. Okay. So I'm assigning a role to ChatGPT. The next, I must write down the task or the goal that I have. So I want to improve my body, okay? And I want you to create a gym workout plan. And here inside parentheses, I can add more information. So ChatGPT understand exactly what do I mean by gym workout plan. Okay, so inside parentheses, I'm going to write down which machines I must use for how many times and sets. Okay, so by offering additional information, ChatGPT understand exactly what I need from it. Okay, so here is the part that I want to define the format. So my sentence is this: I want to improve my body and I want you to create a gym workout plan as a CSV format. Okay, so I'm going to press enter and I'm going to fast forward the response of ChatGPT. So here, ChatGPT, instead of offering the workout plan to me, it asked me several questions. For example, what is your gender? How old are you? And etc. It requires more information from me so it can create that plan for me. Okay. So I'm gonna, instead of adding it here, I'm gonna edit my prompt and add it inside my prompt. Okay. I'm gonna mention that, for example, I'm 31 years old. Okay. I'm 75 kilogram, okay, and I'm male, okay. And one of the questions here was about, for example, for how many day full body. So I'm gonna add those information inside my prompt. I want you to create a weekly gym workout plan. Okay, this way it understands for how many days. I'm gonna save and submit it, okay. And I'm gonna fast forward till it provides the complete answer. All right, so the answer is complete. And as you can see, it provided a plan as a CSV file here. So on the first column, we have the day, then we have the exercise, equipment that it must be used, sets, the number of sets, and how many times we have to do this process in each set. Okay, so we have, for example, Monday, then we have the exercise type, then we have the equipment, for example, dumbbell, 3 sets between 10 to 12 times each set. Okay, so this is the format for CSV file. Okay, I can change that as a table as well. So instead of writing it as a CSV, I can say write it as a table. Okay, so I'm going to save and submit, and I'm going to fast forward till the answer is ready. All right, the answer is ready. As you can see, it provided a table. And I can come here, select the table, okay? Select the table, copy it, go to Excel or a Google spreadsheet, and just paste it here, okay? So as you can see, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday planned with exactly what we have to use, what equipment, how many times, how many set, and so on. Okay, so this is a great way to use ChatGPT, and this is how you can tell ChatGPT in what format you expect the response. Okay, so that was all for this lesson. On the next part, we are going to talk about example in the prompt. See you on the next lesson. So in this lesson, we are going to talk about examples in prompt. First of all, when do we need to provide an example inside our prompt? We should provide an example if we want ChatGPT to create something, to create a content similar to something that we like and we are interested in, like an example, okay? So here, this is one of my blog posts about link building. And I want to tell ChatGPT to write a blog post about something else, but I want to tell ChatGPT to write similar to me, okay, the way that I write. So I can come here and write down, for example, you are a professional copywriter, okay. I want you to write a blog post about digital marketing, okay. But here I'm going to offer an example, but I want you to write with my style, okay? So below, I will provide an example. Here is an example of my writing. So here I'm gonna come and copy an example of my writing and paste it there. It's not necessary to do it all, but enough for ChatGPT to understand how you write. So I'm gonna pass it to ChatGPT, and certainly based on your style, here is a blog post about digital marketing, okay? So this is one of the ways that you can offer an example to ChatGPT and get a response similar to what you have provided. For example, if you see an ad on social media that, for example, the copy is very interesting, the text is very interesting, and you think it is successful, you can copy and paste it here as an example and provide it to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to create similar to the one that you are interested in. Okay, so that was all about providing an example. On the next lesson, we are going to talk about output template. In this lesson, we are going to talk about output template. Now, output template is a little bit similar to the format example that we talked about it earlier, but this time we design a template for ChatGPT and we tell ChatGPT how the response should be based on the structure that we provided, okay? So I'm going to show you a real project example that I use ChatGPT for some web application. This is, I will talk more about what I have done here in the advanced section and in the API chapter of this course. But here we will only focus on the prompt. So here inside this code, I wrote a prompt. Okay, I will get this prompt. Okay, and I'm going to copy this prompt inside my ChatGPT. And let's look at the output template that I provided inside this example. So I told ChatGPT to create a Python dictionary named questions. Okay, I provided a name. And it's okay if you are not familiar with Python or dictionaries, it's okay. I just want you to understand how the output template works out. Okay, so create a Python dictionary named questions. Okay, where the keys are, for example, question 1, question 2, right? I added examples here, right? And the value is a list with the first item as multiple choice question and 4 list items for each 4 choices. So I use this prompt to tell ChatGPT to create multiple choice questions with its choices. And then I said at the last item, add the number of the correct answer from 1 to 4. Okay. Then I mentioned that put the correct answer randomly from 1 up to 4. Okay. All of these are the output template. I'm telling ChatGPT exactly how the response should be. Now, when I press enter and you see the response, you can understand it better. Okay. Then at the end, I will tell how from what ChatGPT must create the questions. Okay. So I'm going to replace this because this will work only with the code that I have here. So I'm going to replace it and say now create, for example, 3 multiple choice questions and place it inside the questions Python dictionary for important informations. Okay, now I'm going to change it for important informations of the book Atomic Habits. Okay, so I offered an output template to ChatGPT, and then I said create 3 multiple choice questions for this book, okay, for the important information inside this book. Now I'm going to press enter, okay, and ChatGPT will start to create the response based on the structure that I provided, okay. So as you can see, it created a Python dictionary called questions, okay. Then inside it, we have question 1, question 2, question 3, the same way that I mentioned here. You see question 1, question 2, and I didn't write question 3, 4, 5, right? But I provided some examples, some output structure, so ChatGPT understand exactly what do I need, okay? And after that, I said the value is a list with the first item as a multiple choice question. Here is a list. Okay, this is a list. And the first item is the multiple choice question. Okay. And then after that, we have 4 choices. And then the number of correct answer, which here is 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This is the correct answer. Okay. It goes the same way, right? So this was an example of a real project that I created an output template for ChatGPT. Now you can do it any other way. Let me make another example to make it more clear. So let's go back to the gym plan, okay? And here I'm going to change this. I said that as a table format, then I can provide an output template. I can say, here are the columns you should have, okay? Days, okay? What else do we have here? We have exercise, okay? I'm going to copy and paste them, and I'm going to add something to it as well, okay? So we have exercise, machine and equipments, sets, okay, reps. And here, for example, I'm going to write down time required, okay? I'm adding another column here. And you can go deeper into this, make some changes the way you want it to be, okay? I'm going to save it, and then it will submit it based on my needs. Okay, so you see we have another column here, time required for it. And just giving me, for example, for this practice, it requires 20 minutes. Okay, for this one, 15, 15, 15, 20. So in general, I would know how it should be. I can stop it and say, for example, let's edit it. For example, I can say, add a row at the end of each day and mention the total time required for that day. Save and submit it. Now let's see how ChatGPT will complete this task based on the template that we provided. Right, so we have Monday, then we have the exercises that is required, and here at the end of the Monday, we must have a row for the total time, okay? Right, so here it is. You see, it added a row for the total time required. So we know that for Monday, we required almost 1 hour, 65 minutes. And for Tuesday, we require 70 minutes, right? So you can change this any way that you want it. So this is how you create an output template for inside your prompt for the responses that ChatGPT provide you. Okay, so that was all about this lesson. If you have any question, don't forget to reach me in the question and answer section or inside our Discord group. On the next lesson, we are going to talk about task split. So see you on the next part. If you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate if you like the video, and if yet you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss our new updates and new tutorials about AI, about programming, about marketing, business, and other self-development videos that I share on this channel daily, right? So like, subscribe, and then let's jump into the next part. Alright, so in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how you can use task split. Now, when you are writing a prompt, especially for complex tasks, for example, you want ChatGPT to create a website for you, okay? Creating a website can be complex. It has different parts, and the best way to do this is to tell ChatGPT to split the tasks for you. So we can come here inside the prompt and write down, I want you to create a portfolio website for me. And then I'm going to tell ChatGPT to split this into different tasks, and then start with task 1, explain it to me, tell me how I have to do this, how I have to assign the codes. Let's say I don't have any knowledge of programming, and how I have to do this, then go for the next step, okay? So I wrote down, split this task into a smaller tasks, then explain each task to me and tell me how I have to complete it, because I don't have any programming knowledge, okay? So I'm gonna press enter, and then it will split the main task, which is creating a portfolio website for me. For example, here, step 1 is planning, step 2 is choosing a website builder, okay? Now I can change this, okay? I can say, let's make some changes in the main task. I want you to create a portfolio website for me using HTML and CSS, okay? Split this task into a smaller tasks, explain each task. So in order for ChatGPT to understand what do I mean by splitting into a smaller tasks, I can say, I can provide examples, right? I can say, for example, build the header, then the first part of the body, then the footer, okay, then CSS codes, and so on, okay? So let's save and submit this. And now it understands how I want this main complex task to be divided into, or to be splitted into other tasks, okay? So step 1, setting up your coding environment. Okay, it is explaining how I have to do this, building the HTML structure, and then it is providing the codes for me. So by this simple prompt, I can just follow up what ChatGPT is telling me and create a website for me. But don't worry about this. This was just an example to tell you how you can split different complex tasks into a smaller ones. As we go forward, we have a complete section about using ChatGPT if you are not a programmer. Okay, if you have no knowledge of programming, how you can use ChatGPT for programming. Okay, this is one of the examples that later in that chapter we will talk more about it and go deeper into it. And more or less that would be all for now. On the next lesson, we will talk about the last element in our prompt formula, which is ABA. Okay, so that was all for this lesson. I will see you on the next part. All right, so here is the prompt formula that we had earlier. We talked about role, we talked about goal, we talked about context and different type of it. Now it's the last element, ABA. So let's see what it is. ABA stands for ask before answer. This part of formula will help ChatGPT to provide higher quality responses. Okay, we are telling ChatGPT before you answer our question, okay, before you answer our prompt, if you have any questions that will help you to increase the quality of your answer, ask us. We had the experience before. Let's jump into ChatGPT and talk more about it. All right, so here we are. And before, when we wanted to create a gym plan, okay, if we go back to the first step, when I asked ChatGPT to create a gym plan for us, a workout plan for us, instead of answering our prompt, it asked us 8 questions. Okay, these 8 questions would help ChatGPT to write a better response for us. Now we can instruct ChatGPT to do this all the time, and I suggest you to do this if you want higher quality responses from ChatGPT. For example, we can come here to the task split example, okay, and we can change this prompt. At the end of it, we can say, before you answer this prompt, okay, ask questions for additional information so you can write a better response for this task. Okay, you can write this any way that you want, but in general, I'm telling ChatGPT before you answer my prompt, ask additional questions for more information that will help you to provide a higher quality response. So I'm going to save this. Okay, so let's see what questions it will ask me. So as you can see, it is asking me about the purpose, okay, the content that I want to put, the sections that I want to have on my website, the design preferences, okay, references. So I strongly suggest you every time that you want to use ChatGPT for important tasks, okay, mention this any way that you want to write it, but force ChatGPT to ask you additional questions, okay? This will increase the quality of the responses that ChatGPT will provide us, okay? So again, as you can see, it asks us about the purpose, content, section, design, references, functionality, okay? And now I can write down, for example, write down my answer, okay? Come down, write down 2, my answer, whatever it is, and so on. This way, I provided additional information to ChatGPT, and now the website that it creates, it works much better for me, and I receive a better and higher quality result from it. So that was all about the prompt formula. Again, practice this. Without practicing, you will forget all of this. I strongly suggest you to practice it over and over about the tasks that you have in your mind and you want to work out with ChatGPT. Okay, so that was all about this lesson. If you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me. I do my best to respond to all of your questions and be there for you to help you with the problems that you face along the way. So that was all about this lesson. If you're ready, let's go for the next part. In this part, we are going to talk about custom instructions. Now, earlier in the video, I showed you there was a part on the sidebar when you click on our account. There's a part which is written custom instructions. Now, this will help us to set our ChatGPT in a way that we want it to respond all the time. Okay. So for example, here we have two places that we can write some information. The first part, it is asking us, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better response? For example, in general, I'm going to use ChatGPT for myself or for my business. Okay. And I can come here and write down, all right, this is my name, for example, I'm doing this. I am, for example, 33 years old. This is my business. I'm selling this, right? So I can give all the information about myself to ChatGPT. So every time that I ask something from ChatGPT, it will consider all this information that I provided, and it will use it to provide a better answer to me. Okay, so this is the first part. On the right side, you can see some tips about what kind of information that you can add. For example, where are you based? Okay, what do you do for work? What are your hobbies, and etc. Down the next part is how would you like ChatGPT to respond? Okay, maybe you all the time you need ChatGPT to respond in formal matter. Okay, as you can see here, it is written how formal or casual should ChatGPT be? How long or short should the responses be, and etc. So you can change the way that ChatGPT will respond to you, give it in a style. Okay, for example, you can use some of the things that we talked about in the prompt engineering formula. You can add it here, and all the time when you are using ChatGPT, it will consider this information and then it will respond to you. Okay, in my own perspective, if you are using ChatGPT for one case, for example, I'm going to use ChatGPT only for my business. Okay, then I suggest you to add this information here. But I myself prefer not to add because I use ChatGPT in many different cases, okay, in many different scenarios. And every time, for example, sometime I want to do marketing and I want ChatGPT to help me. Sometime I have just some questions about something I want to learn and I will ask ChatGPT, etc. Okay, if you're using it like me, I suggest you not to add instruction here. Okay, especially the second part. The first part you can add, it can be helpful sometime. But if you're just using ChatGPT for some specific case, it's a perfect match for you. The custom instructions will help you a lot. So you can add some informations here, right? So that was all about the custom instructions. Now, as we go forward, there is a part that we will talk about custom GPTs, okay? And there you can also add some custom instructions. As I said at the beginning of this video, what you may have right now could be a little bit different from mine because I have some custom GPTs that I made, that I created for some specific cases that I'm going to use, right? So later we will talk about that. So if you're ready, let's jump into the next part. In this part, we are going to talk about what we are going to learn in the next upcoming lectures, okay? More or less, it's an introduction to what we are going to have in this chapter, which is about using AI, especially ChatGPT, for marketing purposes. Now, let me just give you this quick information about what we are going to learn. If you are not in the field of marketing, or if you have never used marketing, the next couple of lectures, it's not much, okay? It won't take your time a lot, and it's not complicated. I will explain everything. And the reason that I put it here is because it will help you to get better at whatever you are doing. Marketing is not something that was invented recently. It has been here with us for hundreds or thousands of years. Because the core of marketing is persuasion, persuading others to do something that you want. And it has been with us, with human, for thousands of years because people convinced others to do something, right? So when we are using a technique to convince others, in general, we call it marketing. And in the next upcoming lectures, I will teach you how you can use ChatGPT and other AIs to do marketing to get to your goals. And when I say marketing here, I don't exactly mean that, all right, you must have a product and you want to sell it somewhere and you want to do marketing for it. No, you can use marketing to convince others. For example, you are working as a freelancer, you want to get a project, you can use marketing for that. You can do marketing for yourself that, all right, I'm a professional here. I do this, I do that. These are my, for example, previous projects. And when you learn marketing, you can do a better branding for yourself, right? And you can use marketing if you want to get hired in a company, you can do marketing. If you have a product for yourself, if you want to sell it, if you want to do marketing for other companies and work for them. So in general, you can use it anywhere, right? So the next upcoming lectures, it will be, I do my best to keep them short, okay? And I do my best to provide additional information. So if you are not familiar with marketing, you don't get lost, okay? So that was all about the introduction. And let me quickly read the topics that we have ahead of us and give you a quick information about each of them. So the next lecture, we are going to have market research, okay, to understand the market and how it's going on, how our competitors are doing, and what we really need, where we need to find our customers or clients, okay? So it's really useful. After that, we'll talk about marketing planning, content marketing ideas, sales funnels, which is really helpful, video scripts for YouTube, video insights plugin. It's an advanced thing, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. And then email sales letter. And after that, we will talk more about other topics. Later in the course, again, we get back to marketing, and I will teach you some more advanced stuff. So that was all about this lesson. And if you're ready, let's jump into the next part. Welcome to this lesson. In this part, we are going to talk about how we can use the help of ChatGPT to create a complete market research for the products that we want to sell, products or a product, okay? So here I prepared a prompt for you, and on the next article, I will paste this prompt so you can copy and paste it and make changes based on your needs. So the first thing that I did, I assigned a role to ChatGPT, and then I mentioned that my product is, for example, a modern gaming mouse. And I want you to do a complete market research. Tell me who are my competitors, what are their products' advantages and disadvantages, how they are doing marketing, where do they find their target audience, and more information that you think it's required for market research. Now, you can use the same prompt, but here you can change in the product that I wrote here. Instead of a modern gaming mouse, whatever your product is, you can change this part and the response will be based on your product. Let's look at the response that ChatGPT provided. So to start from here, these are the competitors that ChatGPT found for me, okay? And provided some information about it, some advantages. For example, the advantages of Logitech mice are, for example, high performance sensors and so on, okay? However, some users may find them heavier and etc. So these are some information about each of them. Then we have the marketing strategies, that how they're doing marketing, where and how they find their target audience, for example, on Twitch, YouTube, gaming, and events, eSport events, okay? So for example, from this specific part, I can understand that if I want to sell this product successfully, I have to be active on YouTube gaming, on Twitch, and do my best to get into eSport events, right? So based on your product, you have to go after the suggestions that ChatGPT make. And if we scroll down here, it provides some additional research, okay? Market trends, customer preferences, price points, and so on. Now, here I asked ChatGPT to provide all the information above as a table, okay? It may be easier to compare and go through the information. So here also is all the information that ChatGPT provided, of course, in short format. Here it is longer, but as a table. You can copy and paste this inside an Excel or a Google Sheet and keep them with you. And also, if you have some questions about a specific part, or if you require more information, you can come, for example, you can say, under additional research, can you provide some more information about, for example, price points, okay, or distribution channels, or for example, make some examples that how I have to do it or how I shouldn't do it, okay? What are the common mistakes? These are the things that you can go through and ask ChatGPT to help you, right? And as you can see, here is a table, right? So in general, this is how you can use the help of ChatGPT to create a complete market research for your product. Now, I want you to practice this. Let's practice this together. I want you to pause the video right now and make the same prompt, or write the same prompt, but for another product. Let's say our product is a modern look and a stylish sunglasses, okay, for both men and women, right? So pause the video and complete this challenge. All right, so how was it? Did you manage to complete it? Okay, let's come here. I'm going to paste the same prompt from the previous example, but here I'm going to change the product and I say my product is a modern look and a stylish sunglasses for men and women. Okay, so this is my product. And to make it more advanced, you can also uh, force ChatGPT to ask you additional questions about your product. For example, you can say, ask me some questions about my product for additional information before you answer this prompt. Okay, so we can do it this way as well. And usually, because we will provide more information to ChatGPT, the response will be much better. Okay, so here we can come and say the product specifics. What is our product? Okay, are they, for example, UV protected, etc. Okay, you can go through the information. Target market, who are these product intended to? For example, for which group of people we are making this product, the pricing. Okay, if you have this information ready, you can provide it to ChatGPT so you get a better response. Okay, all of these information will help ChatGPT to create a better answer for you. But since we don't have this information because this product is imaginary, I'm going to remove this part, the last part, and I'm going to save it. And let's wait for the response of ChatGPT for our market research. All right, the response is ready. And if we look at it, we have the competitors, okay, the brands, then the marketing strategies that they are using, right? Okay, the target audience, and other key considerations. For example, here I can come and say, all right, under marketing strategies, can you talk more about online advertising? Let's do that. Under marketing strategies, can you provide more information about online advertising? Where is the best platform to do it? How we should execute this step? And it's a good idea to ask ChatGPT what are the common mistakes, okay? So, and what are the common mistakes we must avoid, okay? So let's press enter. Okay, so as you can see, here it is providing additional information. then how we should execute this, and some common mistakes, okay? And it's going on. So this way you can go very deep into the market research and create a massive and complete market research for your products, okay? So, and again, if you want it as a table, please provide the market research as a table. All right, so more or less the table is also ready. Okay, so that was all about creating a market research based on your product. On the next lesson, we will talk more about creating a marketing plan. So see you on the next lesson. If you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate if you like the video, and if yet you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss our new updates and new tutorials about AI, about programming, about marketing, business, and other self-development videos that I share on this channel daily, right? So like, subscribe, and then let's jump into the next part. Alright, welcome to the next lesson. In this part, we will focus more on the big picture, creating a complete marketing plan, okay? From the beginning, from scratch, what are steps we have to take, and how we should keep going over the period of time that we have to do marketing for a specific company, brand, or a product, okay? So here is the prompt that I have prepared, and again, you can copy and paste this from the next article. So here it is. Can you create a very deep marketing plan for my product? And I'm adding this prompt after the marketing research that ChatGPT did for me. Okay, this is the gaming mouse example. So can you create a complete marketing plan for my product? And I wrote, I want you to start with the very first step I must take, then provide complete description of what I have to do and how it should happen, then make some examples and mention some common mistakes that I must avoid. You see, I use this strategy here as well, okay? When you know the common mistakes that people make, in general, you will be more successful. So try to use this sentence in your prompt, especially when you're creating a plan, okay? Then I mentioned to create this marketing plan, you are not limited, so you can go very deep. And then I make some examples. For example, talk about email marketing, ads, social media marketing, which platforms we have to do marketing, sales funnels, webinars, events, influencers, and more, okay? I wanted to provide some examples so ChatGPT understand the depth of what it has to do. So let's look at the response. So here it is telling us that the first step is that we understand the product USP, which is unique selling proposition, okay? We understand what are the advantages of our product over our competitors, so we can use that for marketing. And then it mentions the common mistake. Again, if you have some questions about each step, you can write it down here inside the prompt. Give more explanation or information about, for example, step 1 or step 2, okay? Then it talks about market research and segmentation and competitor analysis, which we already did in the first part of this prompt, okay? Here in the first part, we did the market research and competitor analysis. Then brand development and positioning, website and SEO, okay? And if you have additional information about, for example, you have a website, right? You already have a website. You can provide that information to ChatGPT so it can do some analysis and provide better responses to you, okay? Content strategy, email marketing, social media, and influencer marketing, advertising, partnership and events, sales funnels, analysis, and optimization, okay? And as I mentioned, you can go very deep inside each of them, okay? So as a practice, you can pause the video, try to write something similar, okay, for the example of sunglasses that we had, okay? So pause the video and complete this challenge. All right, so let's do it together as well and see what ChatGPT will provide based on this product, this sunglasses that we have. So I'm going to come here inside the prompt. Again, I'm asking ChatGPT to provide a complete marketing plan and showing the steps and so on. Okay, so let's paste this and let's wait for the response to get complete. Okay, so here is the step 1, identify the target audience. Step 2, define your brand and USP. Okay, unique selling proposition is similar to the previous example that we had about gaming mouse. Develop your website. Implement content marketing. Okay, for example, on the next lesson, we will talk more about content marketing and the ideas that we can have to do content marketing, for example, for social media like Instagram, right? Develop an email marketing strategy, social media strategy, influencer marketing, and anywhere of these plan, if you have some questions, for example, I didn't understand number 8. Can you explain it to me? Can you show me some examples? Can you make it clear, for example, tell me how I have to do it? Teach me the steps, okay? These are some of the very helpful prompts that you can use to create a better marketing plan, right? So it will go the same way, track and adjust. And usually, as you can see, always in marketing, tracking or optimizing and adjusting is the final step. So more or less, that was all about this lesson. And the next part, we'll talk more about the content marketing ideas. Welcome to the next lesson. In this part, we are going to talk about content ideas for social media marketing. So let's say our product is the gaming mouse, right? We did some analysis, we created our marketing plan, and we want to do social media marketing, but we are not sure what kind of content we have to create. So the best way is to ask ChatGPT which platform is the best and suitable for our product and what kind of content we should create. So based on my product, which social media platforms I must use. Okay, so earlier we had the answer to this question, but to refresh that, I asked it again, so we become clear what should we do. So here we have Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, right? And it keeps going this way, Discord, right? Facebook. And I think it mentioned it based on the priority or where community most exists there based on our product. Because it is a gaming mouse, Twitch is the best place, then YouTube, Instagram, and it goes the same way. So let's say we want to create content for Instagram, okay? I want to create content about my product for Instagram. I want you to create a list of content ideas connected to my product. Okay, so let's see what ChatGPT will give us. Right, so product showcase, share high quality visual appealing images of your gaming mouse. Okay, unboxing videos, behind the scenes. Okay, user generated content, tutorial or guides, and comparisons, setup ideas, influencer posts. Okay, these are really good ideas and keep going the same way. So you can create many different content based on these lists, okay? And each of them can be good. Now let's select one of them. Let's say, for example, the first one, okay? Product showcase. All right. I have created a product showcase content, and I want you to help me with the caption, with the post caption. and hashtags. Okay, so let's talk about the caption. You can provide more information on how your caption want to be. For example, do you want to provide more information about your product, or do you want to encourage people to engage with the post, or do you want to push them to click on the bio link and visit your product page? Okay, so based on that, you can provide more information. You can say, I want my caption, right? So here for the caption, I mentioned that I want my caption to be engaging and push people to comment and share the post. Try to use emojis and use very simple and understandable words. Now let's add some information about hashtags. So let's press enter and see what ChatGPT will write for us. So here is the caption, and as you can see, it is using proper emojis with it, right? And here goes the hashtags, okay? And again, if the hashtags doesn't look very well based on your needs, you can make some changes, or you can provide more information about your product. Right now, because our product is imaginary, we don't have much information about it. You can provide a complete description about your product and the advantages and disadvantages of your product, and based on that, ChatGPT will create better hashtags. Now here we can make some changes. This is not a good way to write hashtags. I can make some changes here. Write all hashtags in one line after each other and separate them with comma. Okay, so let's submit this. And right here it goes. Okay, so this is much better, right? We can write it this way. Or yeah, on Instagram, we don't have comma. Okay, so I made that mistake. Let's remove that and separate them with a space. Okay, this should be better. Let's save it. All right, this is much better. So this is how you can create content for social media, right? As you can see, I selected one of these, where is it? One of these platforms. Let's come here. I selected one of these platforms, for example, Instagram. You can select, for example, Twitch or YouTube. And about YouTube, I will provide more information in the next upcoming lectures. But anyway, this is how you can use ChatGPT to create content ideas and help you with creating the content itself. Okay. So that was all about this lesson. If you have any question, you can write it down for me. And on the next lesson, we are going to talk about sales funnels. All right, in this lesson, we are going to talk about sales funnels. Now, we have our product, which is a gaming mouse. And let's say we did some marketing on social media, and then we want to um, direct our followers to a website, to a landing page, and then capture their emails, and then little by little push them to purchase our product. Okay, so for that we require a sales funnel. So we can ask ChatGPT to create one or more sales funnels for us. The first step is to explain the situation we are in right now. Let's say, for example, I did content marketing on Instagram for this product, and I got about 20,000 followers. Okay, I want you to create a sales funnel for me so I can convert these followers into email subscribers and then into customers by doing email marketing. So I mentioned the main task that it must do. First, I provided some explanation about the situation that we are in right now. Then I explained the main task. Now it's time to offer some examples or templates of the result that I want ChatGPT to provide. So I'm going to come here and say, make each step of the funnel very clear and detailed. Make one or more examples as well. Okay. And then also for the email marketing, I want ChatGPT to provide sample emails as well. Also for the email marketing steps, provide email samples or examples for my specific case. Right? So here I provided more example or some template that how I want this answer to be. And if you have a real product and if you provided more information about your product to ChatGPT, now here ChatGPT could create a very, very good and advanced sales funnels for you. Okay. So let's press enter and see the result. All right, it's writing the answer and let's go through it together. The first step is awareness and attraction. At this stage where you have already attracted some followers, okay, we need to keep them engaged, okay? At this point, your audience know your brand. So the example is that regularly we need to post engaging content such as product features, gaming tips, and so on, like stories, posts, videos, etc. Okay. Then we need to do lead capture. Now here we need to aim to convert these followers into email subscribers, offering a lead magnet. This could be an exclusive discount code or a free gaming guide or some chance to enter a giveaway, right? So based on this, we can push our followers to click on the bio link on Instagram or any other platform that we are doing marketing. Here, ChatGPT wrote an example. Want to level up your gaming experience? Click on the on our bio link to get our exclusive Ultimate Gaming Guide free when you subscribe to our newsletter. Okay. Then the next step, the third step is lead nurturing. Once you have captured their email, the next step is to nurture these leads with a sequence of emails that gradually guide them towards a purchase. Okay, the welcome email. Okay, now here it wrote the email example as a code, but it doesn't matter. You can change it the way you want it to be. This is the subject. Okay, welcome to whatever your brand is, plus free gaming guide. Hi, the name of the subscriber. Okay, and then etc. etc. Right, we have the sample here. Then after that, for example, on the next day, on the second day after they signed up on our email list, we can send an engagement email. Okay, 5 ways to improve your gaming skill with, for example, this product. Explain more. Then, for example, on the third day, we can provide a promotional email. After a few engagement emails, okay, you can ask ChatGPT to write more examples. For example, you can say for the second step, right, for the engagement emails, I want to send 3 engagement emails and I want you to create some examples for it. Then I want to send promotional emails. Here's the example. And then the final step is the conversion. Okay, so this is how to create sales funnel using ChatGPT. But as I said, based on your situation, you can go deeper into each of these steps and expand it more. Okay, so if they didn't, for example, you can say if the users didn't uh, get engaged with my first engagement email, what should I send them? Okay, then ChatGPT will create another email for you. If they get engaged with my engagement emails, but they didn't open, for example, or they didn't purchase my product after receiving promotional emails, then what I have to do. For example, you can wait a couple of days, then offer them a great discount to push them, right? Then put a limit on that discount and say, right, it's available only for 1 day and it's gonna end only, for example, 100 people can use it. This way you can push them, right? And you can tell ChatGPT to create these examples for you, right? So that was all about this lesson. If you have any question, write it down for me. If not, let's jump into the next lesson. In this lesson, I want to talk about creating content for YouTube and how you can use the help of ChatGPT to do so. Let's say here our product is the gaming mouse and we want to create some content for YouTube. The first thing that we can do, ask for ideas. So let's do that. I want to create some videos for I want to create some videos for YouTube about my product. I want you to provide some video ideas. Okay, so let's see what kind of ideas ChatGPT will provide. Product unboxing and review, right? Tutorial, gaming performance, okay, behind the scene, and so on. Let's say we select gaming performance. Okay, I'm gonna select this one and I'm gonna say, all right, I want to create a video about gaming performance for my product. And I want you to create the video script for me. Okay, so here I'm asking ChatGPT to create a video script for this idea that it provided. Okay, now again, if you have your product ready, right, you will have more information. And by providing those additional information, ChatGPT can create a better video script for you, right? Same as previous examples. But here, it will do its best based on what we have provided. So I'm gonna press enter and see the result. Also, before you ask ChatGPT to create the video script, you can assign copywriting role or storytelling role to ChatGPT to increase the quality of the story that it creates for your script, for your video script, a little bit better. All right, so here is the script. So let's say you sit in front of camera and you say, hey gamers, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into the world of high performance gaming with our product mouse, blah, blah, right? You continue. Then it will cut to close-up shots. Okay, it is telling you how you should film this, right? Again, the host will say this while you're shooting a close-up scene from your gaming mouse, right? And as you can see, it will continue all the way here, right? So you can ask for it to continue to explain more to, for example, in this video script that you are writing, I want to talk about these 5 things or these 10 things, okay? Write a video script like that or like this, okay? So you can change it based on what you have learned till now the way you want. But as you can see, it has created a great video script for us. It explains what we have to do, what we have to say, what we have to show while we're saying that, and so on, right? It's really good. Now, on the next lesson, I will teach you a plugin. It's a little bit advanced, but because it is related to our topic, I want to talk about this plugin here. But again, when we get to more advanced chapters, I will talk more about generally ChatGPT plugins, right? But here, as I said, because it is related to this topic, I'm going to talk about that plugin, which is connected to YouTube on the next lesson. So see you on the next part. Welcome to the next lesson. In this part, I want to introduce a ChatGPT plugin connected to YouTube here. So let's say here we have a video on YouTube, right? that it's talking about, for example, 5 best Logitech gaming mouse, right? It has some topic, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's just an example. And here's the video, how it looks, right? It's this guy talking about gaming mouse and providing some information about it, okay? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna copy this link, right? And I'm gonna come to ChatGPT. Right now I'm ChatGPT 4. And if you are a Plus member, right now that I'm recording this lesson, if you are a Plus member, you will have access to ChatGPT with browsing, okay? And also ChatGPT plugins, okay? So if I come to plugins, here you can come here to the plugin store and search for video insights, okay? Right now, this plugin is activated for me, okay? You can simply come to plugin store, and here there's a search bar at the top. Let it load. Right, here it is. You can write down video insights, okay? And here it is. Mine is already installed, so you can install it and then come here and activate it. And then you can come here to the messaging bar and write down, I want you to summarize the key points of the video below, okay? And then paste the link to the YouTube video. Press enter, and then it will load for a couple of seconds. Then it will show that ChatGPT is using this plugin, Video Insights, okay? And it's loading, right? It will take a couple of seconds or maximum 1 or 2 minutes until it goes through the video, okay? It looks at the script, and then ChatGPT will summarize the key points for us. This way, you can learn the information that exists inside. Okay, it's writing like this. We can hide this, and then it will write it this way. So this way you can get the information of videos much faster, especially some videos that are longer, like 20, 30, 40 minutes or a couple of hours. You can get the content like this and learn the content. Or there's another way as well. You can, for example, offer this example to ChatGPT and then ask ChatGPT to create a similar video script for you, okay? After this finish, I will show you how you can do that as well. It's pretty simple, and I'm sure by now you know the answer how to do that. So here are the summaries of the key points in this video, right? So instead of watching, how much was it? 6 minutes, right? It was short, but anyway, I can read this much faster and get the information, right? And beside that, as I said, here I ask ChatGPT to summarize it. Instead of summarizing it, I can say, I want you to create a similar video script as the video below, okay? And then you can mention how you want your video be, provide more information, and ChatGPT will make those changes. So let's save this. And again, it will take a couple of seconds to look at the video script, right? Go through the video, get the content, and then it will write the script for us, okay? All right, so here we have the opening scene. We can read through this text in front of camera, then we have music, then again we say this and keep going, right? So this is how you can use this plugin for creating YouTube content or to get the information from YouTube videos much faster. So that was all about this lesson. And if you have any question, write it down for me. If not, I will see you on the next lesson. If you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate if you like the video, and if yet you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss our new updates and new tutorials about AI, about programming, about marketing, business, and other self-development videos that I share on this channel daily, right? So like, subscribe, and then let's jump into the next part. Alright, in this lesson we are going to talk about writing a sales letter, sales email based on some specific requirement connected to our product. Let's say here is our gaming mouse, right? And I want to provide additional information based on this product, based on the description that we have here, some of the information that it's written here, right? And then ask ChatGPT to write a very engaging email letter for increasing the sales for promotions of this product. So the first thing that we need to do is to assign a role to ChatGPT. Act as a professional digital marketer and copywriter. Okay, so here I wrote down the main task, which is I have a gaming mouse as my product and I want you to write a promotional email for me to sell this product to my email subscribers. Okay, and here I can add more information about my product description. Okay, can come here and write this, copy paste this title, right? Then on the next line, add more information about it. About this item, I can come here and copy this description and so on. Okay. And one other thing is that you can tell ChatGPT that all of this content that we wrote here is about the product description by putting it inside 3 quotations at the end and at the beginning. Okay. So I can come here and add these 3 quotations here as well. So this was the product description. And now I can tell ChatGPT how I want my promotional email be. I want the promotional email be very understandable, And here is a technique. If you are not familiar with marketing cognitive biases, we have about 23, actually there are more, but in my courses I talk about 23 marketing cognitive biases. These are some advanced strategies to convince people to do something. Okay, and I can tell ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is familiar with these strategies, I can tell ChatGPT to use these marketing cognitive biases. I want you to use at least 5 marketing cognitive biases like scarcity and reason respecting tendency. You don't need to write the name of it, but since I know these marketing cognitive biases, I can make some examples for ChatGPT to understand what do I mean by marketing cognitive biases. Contrast, liking, loving tendency, and so on. Okay. Tendency. So the next thing that I want ChatGPT to do in this email, I want to use call to action at least 3 times. I want you to use the main call to action at least 3 times in this email. 1 at the beginning, 1 in the middle, and 1 at the end. Try to be very friendly throughout the email. Okay, so this is an example that you can use to ask ChatGPT to create email promotion, to create promotional email for you based on the product and the needs that you have. So let's see what ChatGPT will create for us. So it wrote a subject for me. Again, we can talk about subject a lot. We can tell ChatGPT to do it shorter, to make it longer, to use this word, to use that word inside it. And here it is writing this. Okay. Now, one thing, if you pay attention, all right, here are the call to actions that that people or subscribers can click on it, right? It wrote it with bold text, okay? So I can make some changes. Let's come here and make those changes. I want short paragraphs and I want you to use some images inside the email. Now you may say that, all right, ChatGPT doesn't have the power to create or use images. Instead of the image, I want you to describe it. Okay, so it cannot use the image, but it can describe it, okay, at its perfect position. So let's save this and see the result again. So here it is. It even has some emojis inside it, even though that I didn't mention. Right, here's our first call to action, and here we have the picture. You see, picture, imagine an elegant, streamlined black mouse, etc. Okay, then again, we have another text here, another image, another paragraph here. Don't miss call to action, picture, again, another paragraph, and some more information, image, another text, another call to action, and that's it. Okay, so this way you can tell ChatGPT to create a perfect email campaign for you to do promotions. Again, if you have more information based on your product, you can get a better result, right? So that was all about this lesson. If you're ready, let's go for the next one. Over the past couple of months, a lot of people talked about creating your own custom ChatGPT with your own knowledge or your own database, with your own instruction for the main purpose that you had. But there was one problem. It was very complicated. It wasn't easy. Not everybody could do it. You must had programming knowledge, and you had to use some third-party apps, etc., etc. Until now. Now you can use ChatGPT itself. If you have access to ChatGPT 4, you can create your own custom GPT based on your own database for your own purpose, okay? So during this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own custom ChatGPT. And also, by the end of this video, I'm going to share a gift with you that I'm sure you are going to enjoy. All right, so let's begin creating our own custom ChatGPT. So this is the look of ChatGPT right now. And the thing that you have to keep in mind that from time to time, almost every month, OpenAI change the design and the look of ChatGPT, okay? So if what you're watching right now is a little bit different, don't worry. The main concept is right here, okay? They don't change the main structure. So on the left side, as you can see, same as before, we have our previous chat with ChatGPT. And on the left side at the top, we have ChatGPT, then we have data analysis, which before we called it code interpreter. And for example, here is funnel architect, which I'm going to talk about it at the end of the video because it's really interesting. Then we have Dolly, Explore, and so on, okay? And if we come here, click on ChatGPT 4, we have ChatGPT 4, 3.5, and plugins. Now, if you want to create your own custom GPT, you can come here, click on Explore, right? And then here you can see different kinds of GPT for different purposes that OpenAI created themselves, and you can use these different GPTs for the purpose that you have, okay? But if you look at the top here, it's written create a GPT, but it is in beta stage right now. So click on create a GPT. And here, as you can see, we have two windows. On the left side, we can mention how and what our GPT should look like, okay? And on the right side, we have the preview. So the first thing that you can do, first of all, at the top, we have two tabs. One is create and second is configure. So what we are going to do right now is to come here and explain what do we want to use this GPT, what it should be about, what it has to do, and so on. Okay, so let's say, for example, I want to create a GPT which is very good at writing copies and text for advertisements, for campaigns, marketing campaigns, for sales letters, and so on. Okay, so the main focus of this GPT will be on writing. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna just explain that this GPT has to be like this, has to do this, that, etc. Okay. All right, so as you can see, in a couple of lines, I just explained what it should do and how I want it to be. So it should be a professional GPT on copywriting for marketing campaigns and advertisements, sales letter, etc., etc. And the copies should be convincing and persuasive for the user who is reading it to take action. Okay, so I'm just gonna send this message, and this is a GPT builder. And what it does, it will take my text, okay, and it will make some changes, and it will assign this as an instruction for the GPT that we want. Okay, now this is the first step. ChatGPT will do this for us. This GPT builder will do this for us. But later, as we go forward, we can change it. So it is telling us, all right, great choice, etc., etc. Now you can give it a name, for example, persuasive pen. Okay, so this step is complete. And if we click on configure on the settings that we have here, we can select a name. For example, here it's suggested that you can give it a name. Okay, you can continue the chat here and tell this GPT builder that, all right, select this name for it and keep going with it. But you can click on configure, which is very much simpler, I think, and you can give it a name, persuasive pen. And as you can see on the preview on the right side, we can see it. Then we can add an image to it, okay, the image that you want. Then under it, we have the description, and this is the description that we see here. Then here is the instruction, the main instruction that GPT builder wrote based on our needs. Okay, so you can change this, or you can go back to here to the GPT builder and tell GPT builder that, all right, I want it to be like this and that, change this part, change that part, etc. Okay, now if we scroll down here, we have some custom messages that you can see here. You can remove them, right, if you don't want to have them. But the main part, which is really important, is the knowledge section. Now here you have the ability to upload different files, for example, different PDFs. For example, I can come here, download 5 or 10 best books about copywriting and upload all the PDFs here. And then when this custom GPT want to write a copy for me, it will use the knowledge beside the knowledge that it has. It will use the knowledge that I uploaded here. This is the main part. Now you can also use it for different purposes. For example, you want to have a custom GPT and you want to complete some tasks regarding your company. Okay, you have a big company, or you're working with a big company. It has a lot of data. It has a lot of information, a lot of things about it. You have all those files, for example, CSV files, Excel files, PDF files. You can upload all of them here. For example, you can upload a PDF about the products of that specific company. So this custom GPT have the knowledge of what kind of product you are using in this company. And for example, your stores, all the location of the stores that you have, or where are you selling them, how are you selling them, okay? You can upload all of those data here, all of those information here, and then use this custom GPT to complete any task that you want. This is the main use here. This is the main goal, which is really important. Now, before, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, when you wanted to create a custom GPT, it was very difficult to teach that custom GPT all this information. But right now, it's very simple, right? So under it, we have capabilities, web browsing, DALL-E, and code interpreter. So if you want this custom GPT to be able to browse the internet, you can just let it be checked. If you want this custom GPT to be able to create images using DALL-E, you can let the second option to be checked. And also, if you want it to do some coding, writing some codes, or reading some codes for you, analyzing some codes for you, you can set the last option, code interpreter, on, and that would be all. Finally, at the last part, we have create new actions. This part, it's a little bit more advanced. So you can click on create new action. Okay. For example, let's say I want to create a custom GPT for SEO. Okay. Now I want this custom GPT to have some connections, go on Google or Keyword Planner, for example, go on Google Ads and find the best keywords based on the data that exists right now on Google Ads. Get those data, bring it here, write it for me, edit it for me, and etc. Okay, so I can go on Google Ads, get the API key. As I said earlier, it's a little bit more advanced, but I'm just generally explaining how it works. Get the API key, come here, paste the API key here, then it will be connected. This custom GPT will be connected to that tool or platform, whatever it is. Here I can explain how it should work. And at the end, we have the privacy for using that API key. Okay. But right now we don't need it. Okay. And we don't have any PDF regarding copywriting. So I'm not going to upload anything. And when you're done, you can click on save and you can mention if you want to use this GPT only yourself or share it with anyone who has the link or let it be public. And then I'm just going to put it on only me and confirm. Okay. Then we will have a new custom GPT. So let's talk about the gift that I mentioned earlier.
Yes! Come on!
Below in description, you can find the link to get access to this custom GPT, which is called Funnel Architect. Now, what does this GPT does? It will create, based on your product, based on your needs, it will create sales funnels that you can use those funnels to increase your revenue, to do marketing, etc. Okay, it will do all the steps for you because I added some PDFs about the structure of sales funnels, different type of funnels, for example, homepage funnel, product launch funnel, many other funnels. It has all the data about it. So when you explain that, all right, I'm at this stage, I want to do this or that. Okay, now what kind of funnel I should use, it will tell you. For example, all right, I mentioned that I sell gaming mouse, okay, on my online store. The mouses are like this and like that. And I also have community, for example, on Discord with this amount of users. Now I want you to look at the PDFs that you have and tell me what kind of funnels I should use to increase my sales. Okay. Now, when you submit this, the first thing that it will do, it will look at the documents that was uploaded earlier. Okay. So as I said earlier, I uploaded different PDFs about funnels and some other marketing strategies. So it will look through them. Okay. And then it will tell you what kind of funnel is suitable for your case, for your product. Okay. And then you can ask GPT to create all the steps, all the phases, all the strategies that you have used in each part. All right, it's done. And now it's writing the response. For example, it is telling me that, all right, one of the funnels that you can use is product launch funnel. And it is explaining how we can do that. E-commerce sales funnel. Okay. And then when it is, for example, live demo funnel, this will be really useful for this specific product based on my own digital marketing knowledge. This is a really good offer. Homepage funnel, and it just keep going like this. Now I'm going to tell GPT to create all the phases, strategies, and steps for example, which one? For example, for live demo funnel. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this and come here. So I mentioned that, all right, I want you to write all the phases, steps, and strategies for live demo funnel according to my situation and my product. And remember, the more information you provide, for example, about your product, about all the resources that you have, the better response it will give you. Okay. So let's submit this, and then it will begin creating that funnel or writing all the phases and strategies. So as you can see, for example, phase 1, pre-launch engagement. Okay, post engagement, teasers, etc., etc. Email campaign, strategy 3, collaboration and influencer marketing. This is really helpful, right? Phase 2, live demo event. Phase 3, okay? It will go on like this, okay? So right now you can go to ChatGPT, create your own custom GPT for your own main use. And also you can have a look at the link to this funnel architect GPT inside the description of this video, and you can use it for free. Also, if you face any problem, you can leave a comment for me, or if you have any idea or question, you can share it with me in the comments, okay? So that was all about this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon on another video.